set out to build. Right? This is our team. So it's a bunch of folks, especially the first four of us, KPS, Rajaraman, Thiagu, who were product developers in Zoho with 10 to 13 years of experience building products in SaaS and have built multiple products. We came together and wanted to start building a product, right? So we said, let's look at some of the ideas out there and look at some of the solutions that we can start building. So that's how we got started, and we found that this is an area where we have kind of complementary skill sets, and we also understand some of the process and problems that keep replicating among SaaS products. So we felt that, okay, this is one space where we understand well and we can start building. So that's how we got started with this. Interestingly, when we were looking at some of the products that are out there in the market, we could see that one of the big players is only in the enterprise space, and the rest were, again, startups who were trying to figure out. So we thought, okay, so here is an opportunity for us where there is a lot of building blocks around it and a whole ecosystem that needs to be built, and there's a huge addressable market. So let's start doing something about it. And then we started hiring our first designer, and we got started in an apartment and started working on this. And 6 months after we had our prototype, we moved into a proper office, and now we are a 7-member full-time team. Now, let's look at what this subscription business is about, right, the big picture. So typically in any business, right, traditional businesses, it's always starting from identifying your opportunities, then how do you make a quote, right, and then you take it through an order, and then you go for the contract renewals. Now in the subscription business, it's slightly different, where you have an opportunity, you do make a quote, right? Instead of a quote, it's more of a trial thing. And then you try to make your customer, convert that customer to a paid customer, right? And then you continue to renew and then do the subscriptions. Now subscription part essentially becomes more of a renewal. So you're constantly selling at the same time. It's not a capital expense for your customer, right? It's an operational expense at a very low price. That's how every one of these, right, businesses are moving into. Now, the interesting part is you are planning for scale at the same time you are constantly selling and trying to give a fantastic experience to a customer, because that experience is what is going to make it extremely sticky for you to hold on to the customer, right? That's the big picture of how a typical subscription business works. Now, some of the challenges that we generally encounter, right? These are examples mainly from software as a subscription, right? It's like you offer a 15-day trial to your customer and then he didn't have the time to try it out. Now what happens? You want the request for an extension of trial. Now do you have the ability to just seamlessly do it, right? That's one problem. Can you do it in a minute and say, hey, I'm on call, you get a request saying, the service went down for a couple of hours, I'm really having a big issue, what do? You have a frustrated customer, now how do you make him happy? You just tell him, hey, can I offer you, I'm really sorry we screwed up, I'm going to give you a discount of 50% off for the next 3 months. Or I'm going to give you 2 months worth of credit, so I hope you stick with us, right? Do you have the ability and the back-end ability to do something like that? And then can I convert trial users by providing credits, discounts, coupons? How do you convert really effectively? And then things like, do I have pre-configured notifications that I can just say, hey, this is a message I want to send out to the customer when the trial is about to expire, right? Like the credit card is about to expire in a month, do I have the scheduler, something in the backend that continuously monitors and does it? Now, some of these things are not essentially the core of what you build and sell to your customer, right? The customer is coming to you because you have an awesome product that they want to use. But these are also essential when there are these specific requests that come to you when they say, hey, I need help to do this. Now, do you have the ability to do it in a snap? Now, that's what we are trying to address with ChargeBee, right? Let's look at a typical scenario of what a subscription looks like. Now, we have a cool UI where you can do some of the things that I mentioned here is all available for you in a mouse click, right? You don't have to build it as part of your application, right? It's just available for you to apply to your customer when there is a request. Let's look at it, right? You have the summary of details of every subscription detail that you need about your customer, right? If you want to change anything about the subscription, where you say you did on-call support and or you did a one-off migration for the specific customer because he had a special request and you want to charge them one time. Now, Do you create a manual invoice just for that, right? You have 100 customers to deal with. Now, you don't want to make some of these tasks manually. You just write a note, give it to somebody else to create the invoice and so on. Just go in, click on add charge and say, hey, this is why I'm going to invoice you. Now, you want to charge it immediately with a card, or do you want to charge it later along with the next invoice that is going to be sent to the customer, right? Just go ahead and do that. You want to redeem, apply a coupon where you say the customer gave you awesome testimonial. You think you really need to reward him with a coupon that says, hey, thank you so much, right? Let me offer a 3-month free period for you for the awesome feedback that you gave me, right? Click on redeem, apply the coupon that you want, and then done, right? And then you want to provide the ability to postpone the billing because the customer says, hey, I'm really in a crunch, you really need to help me out. Can you skip billing for a month, right? Or can you just postpone the billing by a couple of months so that I see through this period and then can I pay you later, right? You can definitely help your fellow startups by just clicking on postpone billing and then helping them out. There are plenty of other things that you can do, like add credits, apply discounts, and then cancel a subscription immediately, and then prorate, upgrade or downgrade the plans, and then apply everything automatically, and then it beautifully ties it up to the invoice and sends it out to the customer without you having to do anything or worry about how is this going to happen, right? Now that's the beauty of how we have built it. So essentially the way we are looking at it is you would configure a couple of things, right? You would configure what is the product that you're trying to sell, what is the price, do I have a setup fee, do I have trial associated with it, and how do I want to charge it? What is my billing cycle? A month, I want to charge every 3 months, 2 months, or I want to charge half yearly or yearly. Just configure those various price plans that you need, and then you say, just go ask them to start signing up customers, right? The information flows into charge via subscriptions. You can start collecting payments because we have readily integrated with global payment gateways. We already have integration with Authorize.net and several of these gateways in US. But for Indian customers, we have 2Checkout as one of the integrations, and we are working with several Indian payment gateways, right? Not necessarily that the subscription part works exactly the way it is supposed to, but then the solution works, right? And then you have the ability to manage everything where you look at a dashboard, you know exactly what is the metric in a snapshot, you know how many customers are on what plan, and then how many are in trial. So does my pipeline look healthy enough for me to say, I'm going to get 10 customers, paying customers next month? Do I have 100 people in sign up now trying out my product, right? So you don't have to think. Now, this is what we are setting out to do. The core problem that we are solving is the subscription billing, and then what we are trying to do is integrate with some of these SaaS, best-in-class SaaS applications around help desk, so CRM and accounting, and then providing you an ecosystem of services that you can use so that the data flow is handled seamlessly, right? These are some of the verticals, and this is our product overview that we are trying to address. Thank you very much. We are open for questions.
Hi, I was not very clear how it would work from the customer's point of view, as in, does he give his credit card details one time and then it gets charged every month, or does he have to give his credit card details every month?
Right, you're right. So the credit card is stored. So the customer would provide the credit card once, and it is stored in a secure vault. Right, right now the credit card is stored with the payment gateway. So that's how we have designed it, where we have not taken the ability to store card. So we store it in the payment gateway. We have a token for that credit card, and we charge it. We provide the information saying, hey, just charge this card so much on a monthly basis, and then it gets charged automatically. So the money is settled to you. So we are an extension of your product, handling your billing, complex billing logic, and the money is settled. The association for the credit card and the payment gateway detail is between you and the payment gateway. So we help you get the account. You provide the configuration details of your payment gateway within ChargeBee. We initiate the authorization, and the settlement happens to you, right? So we are the mediators to just invoke the transaction. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Samir. I'm the founder of a company called R2, and we are also a SaaS platform. So I just wanted to understand, you said it doesn't really work as well in the Indian context, right? Could you be a little clear, because the only sort of information available for subscription billing for Indian startups is to incorporate in the US and do things like that. So could you throw a little more light on how it would work in India?
Right. Was I too honest Okay. Right. So ideally, I would say it has to work beautifully well, where you can upgrade, downgrade, and do everything without involving your customer every time. So the stickiness of your business is really high, right? That is how it works with most of the payment gateways globally. But unfortunately, in India, due to regulation issues, we do have the problem of any of these payment gateways not being able to do recurring billing, right? So we partnered with one of the gateways in US, which gives the payment gateway account. It's similar to PayPal, it's just that PayPal doesn't work well for customers within India and then in some of the countries outside India as well. So there are certain limitations in terms of what you can do with a gateway like 2Checkout, but it helps you get started. Hey, there are a couple of companies like Descoway, Visual FC Routing, they have built their entire business on top of 2Checkout. So we felt, yeah, there are a couple of businesses which have really built it ground up. So why not provide their experience easily by helping startups use 2Checkout? That's how we started. So not every one of the things that I said here is possible via 2Checkout, but then it can simplify your entire recurring billing process, which is what we provide on top of 2Checkout.
Hi, my name is Ravi. We actually, like many others in the audience, we actually have implemented a similar strategy. So we have a US entity and we use a service there called Stripe.com. The question for you is, do you also offer the merchant account part of it? Because Stripe handles both the gateway and the merchant account part. You were saying something about we have to separately integrate with the payment gateway that is not handled by you. So what are you doing and what is the payment gateway doing? That's the part I wanted to check.
Right, great question. So ours is not a payment gateway in itself, right? So we integrate on top of multiple payment gateways. What we provide is a platform which handles your complete billing logic, right? That's where we are starting. That's our core offering, the recurring billing piece. And then what we are building is we are integrating with the CRM, right? The help desk, and the accounting platform, so we can manage your entire back office. This is more of an automation of your entire back office, where we are providing this from a scale where you are starting your business all the way as you ramp up your business to a multi-million-dollar business, where you actually find value in using our entire ecosystem, right? That's what we are trying to build, not replicating the payment gateway part right now, right? We will eventually have the ability to start processing money through our own gateway for specific customers, but that's not something that we want to offer as our core offering for businesses, right? That's not how we are addressing this solution. What we are offering is the entire billing solution as an extension of your product that you don't have to build.